Hi beauties, welcome to Chantelle's Book Club, and this month we're looking at this fantastic book, The Culture Code by Daniel Coyle, and it's the secrets of highly successful groups. This book is a powerhouse because it intersects so much of what we do successfully as studio owners. The first thing is retention. Like, how do we successfully create a culture in the studio that inherently retains and transforms their lives and bonds them together and creates this beautiful feeling of belonging? And this book goes into the kind of the art and science of it. And I want to share this little bit with you here. It's right at the beginning, and it says culture. Like, this book is called The Culture Code. And culture, that word's kind of a bit loaded, right? Because, a bit culty, not so great. But culture comes from the Latin word cultus, which means care. And I thought that's so beautiful in terms of what this book's all about. It's divided into a few different sections. There's create safety, and then there's share vulnerability and establish purpose. Like, they're the three kind of tenets of the Culture Code. We do an article from this for one of our retreats in Studio Evolution because it talks about how we can intentionally create those safety, vulnerability and purpose within groups, particularly with our teams, and how we can kind of create that. If you have a vision for your business that's really big, if you have a vision of having multi-locations or having hundreds and hundreds of students, then culture is something that becomes increasingly important. Now, you may know I had 6 locations of my studio. So I had to be really clear on my team particularly would work at a location, established location, for X amount of time before they were able to kind of go open a new location, because I needed to know that they had fully adopted the culture that I believed in and that I was intentionally creating, so that I could, as we scaled, that wouldn't be lost. Because there's more risk, right? There's more risk when you grow and have more students and more teachers and more people in the community. It's trickier for you to keep things exactly as you want them. And so the Culture Code has got story after story after story of business owners who've been really fantastic about knowing exactly the kind of culture they want to create and how they sustain it. It looks at how you're going to train your team and how you're going to establish cultural norms that are probably things that people can't even put their finger on. They probably won't even be able to know why it feels so good in your studio. They just know they love it. The Culture Code is a brilliant book for studio owners. I super recommend it, because if you want to run a business that is in the art of bringing people together, we've got to know how we're managing the culture. Enjoy, my friends. This is a winner. I hope you really loved this episode of Chantelle's Book Club, and let me know what you thought. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you, lovely ones. I'll see you next month.